Last question comes from Evan Wiggins 25. I'm picking 1-1 in a SuperFlex Dynasty. 6 points per touchdown. Who are you taking first?
I put this in here because at first I was like, oh, that's kind of a lame question. But then I thought about it. I was like, there's 4 or 5 guys right now that are worthy.
Not me.
It's Mahomes for me.
It's pretty crystal clear to me. It's Pat Mahomes.
Mahomes.
It's the best quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
Now, that being said, Allen has actually been the top guy for a while. So I think he would be just fine of a pick.
Mahomes and Allen, I would be okay with either one of those guys. I think.
I'm taking Mahomes. After
that, I think it gets him a little bit murky.
I'm taking the guy who not only is mobile, but just more accurate.
Agile, hostile.
And who is that? Seems like he has a long longevity and looks like the best quarterback I've ever seen in my entire life play the game.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think I heard on the radio people talking about what would it take for him to become the GOAT ahead of Tom Brady. And it's crazy that we're already asking that question.
2 more Super Bowls, probably.
But it's realistic that he could get to that point.
At some point, my kids will call Pat Mahomes the best quarterback of all time. You know what I mean? Just like
LeBron and Jordan kind of thing.
Just like nobody now would say, "Oh, Otto Graham's the best quarterback of all time." He went to 10 straight. He went to 10. He was in the league for 10 years. Won 10 championships. Won 6. Right? He's the reason the Browns are so popular and so big is because they had Otto Graham, the Jim Brown. They're all on TV, so that's why there's Browns backers everywhere. So I know it's just gonna live in Cleveland, but if you look it up, the Browns have one of the largest outside of Ohio fan bases in the world.
Yeah.
They're literally a Browns backers bar. They started all that. The Browns started that. The bars that cater to one team. The Browns started that all over the world. Every state, every country, Dubai, Russia, wherever you want to go, they have a Browns backer bar. So it's a generation thing. And then it went from Otto Graham to Roger Staubach, to it kept going to Terry Bradshaw. To Joe Montana was when I was growing up, Terry Bradshaw or Joe Montana was the GOAT, right?
Best. Absolutely.
The best, unbeatable. And then it went to pretty much after that. Some people would want to argue Elway if they got in that point, but Elway didn't win anything until Terrell Davis came along. And then it was Tom Brady. It was Peyton Manning
for a hot second.
And then Tom Brady. And now it's going to be Pat Mahomes, and who's going to challenge him? I feel like it's going to be Joe Burrow. Personally, Joe Burrow's up there. Josh Allen. Josh Allen's got to get a Super Bowl if he's going to start overtaking Burrow.
As I say, is there anyone in the NFC?
I mean, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Hurts.
Jalen Hurts has a chance.
He played great in that Super Bowl. I think that is one of the things that's being overlooked a little bit. Dude had 4 touchdowns, over fantastic. 300 yards, ran the ball well, threw the ball well.
Massive miss of mine.
He had one mistake.
Big mistake.
That he just dropped it.
Yeah.
He just flat out dropped the ball.
And kicked it.
And then, and it was returned for a touchdown. And outside of that, he was almost perfect.
Yeah. Two quarterbacks that wildly exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, yeah.
Wildly. Jalen Hurts, again, he turned a corner, and things that I thought he wouldn't do well, he does exceptionally well.
We're seeing better development out of these quarterbacks than I think we've ever seen, because it was always the narrative, if you're not accurate, that's not something you can coach.
Right, and both those guys.
And both of those guys have done it, and I think that we're starting to see, could Justin Fields be the next one, even though he was accurate in college? I know he hasn't done it as much in the NFL.
Well, can he be the next tier?
He could be another guy in that same vein.
Yeah, my buddy Ryan McDowell today put a tweet out saying, Hurts has now entered that category of closer to Mahomes and Allen than the other tier. So
the one question I have is that last throw. What the heck was that thing?
I said the same thing. I was like, that I could.
His shoulder didn't look good.
No, is he okay? What the heck happened? That was.
He's got 9 months to figure it out.
All right, that was about 35, 40 yards.
That was the most. It was the.
That was bad.
That was like an SNL skit. He's winding up for the Hail Mary, and it went 35 yards. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, so hopefully he's okay.
Yeah. So no, he's up there. I mean, I really like Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence and Superflex. Those are 2 guys I love value wise. But Hurts definitely right. If you're doing a startup, he's in that category.